Boobs.
Butts.
Boobs, butts, in Battlestar Galactica. Hey, everybody.
And virus.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Mistwalkers Shroud.
So much energy.
Episode 26 by my count. Is that right?
Oh,
What I
Yeah.
have.
It is, but the
Oops.
last episode
The
is
official
titled wrong.
Huh?
It's fine.
What?
It's fine.
This episode is
Oh,
also
it's fine.
titled wrong.
All the
no.
titles are
It's
incorrect.
okay.
I mean,
we're
correct.
back. We're back and good.
And uncorruptible. Thank
These
you for
titles
joining
are
us.
incorrigible.
Thank you for joining us for another episode. Last we left off, the team had made their way into the salt swamps of Darkon, on their way seeking the cavern of Ebb the Night Wyrm, mostly, I believe, so that they could, for a couple of reasons, but mostly so that Rosemary could find her sister, Basil, who was apparently staying with Ebb the Night Wyrm. After falling into one of Ebb's traps, the Slow Mire, the party managed to escape the clutches of the magic with the help of a little. Well, help I use generously with the help of a small kobold by the name of Dirk.
Fuck Dirk.
And so we will begin as the party makes their journey with Dirk as their guide into the cavern. And I realize. Okay, cool. Here we go.
That was the whole song.
Oh,
Oh no! Why does it on repeat? That's the one song that shouldn't. All right, here we go. So you guys are traveling through the sticky, wet, salt swamps of Darkon. Leafless trees occasionally dot the landscape as you walk. The smell of rot and brine follows you everywhere you go here in the swamp. There is no sound of life except for the party. And the wind that cuts through. Dirk, purple kobold that he is leading the way and occasionally will broach like small talk with the party. Tobias, damn, all you guys have pretty decent passive perceptions actually. I think as you walk, all of you will kind of notice after a little bit of traveling with Dirk that as the dim orb of a sun overhead through the mists of the shroud casts light down below, Dirk has no shadow as you follow him. He says, once we get back to Umbraverna, you can relax. You can visit the cradle, talk to Ebb. She'll probably even let you live if you agree to be a minion.
Well, that sounds reasonable.
is that what you did, Dirk?
Oh, well, yeah, I was born in Umbraverna. I've been a minion since I was born.
How has that worked out for you?
Hey, pretty good. The dental's not bad.
This is important.
And I've got a family,
Do kobolds hatch from eggs?
Yeah. Where else would we hatch from?
That's a good point. I'm sorry I asked. That was a silly question.
It was silly. I mean, everybody hatches from eggs. Everybody knows that.
Do other kobolds have shadows?
Can I?
I like pat down Rosemary like don't. It's not
Yeah.
not worth it. Not worth.
He kind of like glances down, looks at your shadows a moment, um, and shakes his head and he says, "Nah, we all sacrificed him."
That's interesting. I guess she's the night worm. Shadows are probably her
Camera
thing, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's all part of the big project, you know.
Owen glances at Tobias. Like, you hearing this shit?
If you become minions, you can sacrifice your egg, or your shadow too.
What was, what are, so is the dental a perk of sacrificing your shadow, or?
Oh, I mean, the dental is just an extra perk. The sacrificing your shadow is like an honor that you get, you know.
Oh, so it's like something for you and nothing for me. Because you like Eb so much.
I mean, no, you get your shadow lives on, past you, beyond you,
Where does it go?
into the cradle.
Is this just one of her little artifacts she's got in there?
I mean, I wouldn't call the cradle a little artifact. It's the nest for Eb's egg.
Oh,
Ooh.
does she? We got told by someone where that is. Did she already get it back though?
No, I mean, Eb, this is get it back. I mean, this is a new project. This egg has only been around for a little while now.
There's
Oh.
2 eggs.
Guess our information was outdated. Don't worry about it.
No, yeah, that's
that was
fine.
the old egg.
I mean, you'll see it. You gotta. It's like a pilgrimage. You should go. If you're going to Braverna, you should see the cradle.
So it is
Oh,
in
it's
the castle.
At the castle.
The castle? No. I
From
mean,
Braverna and Castle Avernus are dead.
Yeah.
That was Sam talking.
mhm.
Oh, I just.
Is it Verna?
I misunderstood what you said.
Oh. I thought you said Averna.
I thought you said up Averna.
Braverna.
But I understand now.
But yeah.
Oh, it's the shadow of Avernus. Get it? It's the Umbra Verna.
So, what happens to those who don't give up their shadow?
Who wouldn't you give up your shadow?
Let's just say mine is very dear to me.
I mean, I don't know. I guess you'd be able to keep it. You just wouldn't be able to be a minion. I mean, unless you got something else to sacrifice to the cradle. You gotta sacrifice to the cradle. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Well, let's just get in here and find out. I tend to work best under pressure. I think that might be fair for all of us.
It's not very healthy, but yes, this is true.
I get that. I get that.
How long
yeah.
you been a minion for, Dirk?
I mean, my whole life. So 8 years.
Is that like
Wow.
fully adult for Kobold?
Yeah.
What, you look great for your age.
No, thanks. I appreciate it. Fresh molt, actually.
I can tell the sheen on your scales is really something.
Wow.
Are there any questions you guys want to ask Dirk before you guys head into, as he's like leading you towards the mountains?
I'll ask about
So,
Basil.
Yeah. I was going to ask about, does Rosemary's sister still have a shadow?
Basil? Yeah, I guess she does.
Well, how'd she keep it?
She sacrificed an eye instead.
I didn't see that coming.
Oh, Mother's not gonna be happy about that. Which one did she sacrifice?
What do you mean, which one? I don't know. The one
Well,
that's
she's got-
gone.
Well, is it the left or is it the right? Make the L's, and I'll put his
It's
hands
okay.
to
I
make the
also have
L's.
difficulty with left and right. It is problem many of us have.
Yeah, I know. It's the one that makes the L.
Yeah.
Left, I guess. They're all L's to me. None of these
His
look like
scaly
R's.
3-finger claws are all L's.
Why
Uh,
don't you cover up the eye she got rid
yeah, and
on your face?
he covers up like the one that you know is like the mother's minder eye.
Okay. Yeah, mother's gonna be a little upset about that.
Well, I mean, any mother would be upset if their child lost an eye, surely.
Yes.
I mean, not if they sacrifice it to the cradle. They'd be honored.
I mean,
that's true.
mother's not big on the body modification thing without letting her know first.
You have to get permission before you get tattoo.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in a lot of trouble for this.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You're an adult. You can make your own decisions. Legally.
You did not have to fill out parent waiver.
And even if you did, you
Oh
could
my
always
god,
have one
was
of
I
us
supposed
sign
to
it
fill
for
out a waiver?
you. Could have one
If
of us
you're a
sign it for you.
child. Yes, I am hundreds of years old. I could fill that out for you. I'm guardian. Guardian.
Jardy.
Jardinera.
Is mother like your Eb? Like you're kind of her minion?
Well, I wouldn't say I'm her minion. I'm her daughter.
No. I mean, that's cool. She takes something like a shadow or something like that.
John, does Rosemary know what mother has taken?
I mean,
Like, she knows about the eye, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, she did take my left eye, but she gave it back. She just made it better.
This
And I think this is the first any of y'all are hearing about this.
Yeah.
It just
So-
doesn't come up.
so that would be why mother would be mad because it's
Well, yes,
a
it was a gift.
John, what kind of check would it be to think about what kind of a thing does that? Take an eye and then give it back? Like, that's a magical something, clearly.
All right, you can give me an Arcana check. If
It's
you'd
a
like.
wonderful
Oh,
gift. How
I
do you think
wanna-
I see in the dark?
I want to give an Arcana check too.
Or history.
My Arcana is garbage, but it's the same thing as my history. So,
Let's go.
Yeah,
Buster and
that's how I
Owen.
see in the dark.
Buster
how
and
else
Owen
could
are
I
on the
human
exact
do it?
same page.
I mean, I'll say you've heard of. I don't think you can think of any particular magical creature, but you have heard of some magical creatures taking eyes, enchanting them, and giving them back.
like rituals of some sort for
Mhm.
whatever purpose. Yeah.
I'm gonna reach my left hand to
Very
the
well,
left side
bullshit.
of Rosemary's face and just go like this to see if she sees, like so
What are
silently,
you-
but just to see if she sees it.
What are you doing?
Just checking. Just seeing
My
how good that
eyesight is
first roll
perfect.
You're right.
Your mother definitely loves you, just like Eb loves us kobolds. I think you'll fit in.
Well, that's good to hear. She sounds like she's almost like your version of mother.
Yeah, kind of.
She's giving mother.
And I think with that, as we like the party kind of like continues to walk, we see the faces of the emotions crossing people's faces. They process Rosemary talking about this eye missing. I think we kind of like zoom in a little bit on this eye before the camera like kind of like flows into her pupil, goes dark, and we are going to go into a little flashback.
I hope this one is
Look
as fun
good.
as that last one we got to see.
I
Uh,
love
the
a good
audience-
cinematic transition.
Yeah, the audience didn't get the last one, so I feel like this one is necessary.
That last one was rough, I'm not gonna lie.
Let's see. I don't remember which
I don't know. The last one just made me hungry.
last one.
Fuck off.
Hey,
That's in poor taste.
so was the meal.
I don't know. It was pretty fresh.
I'm out.
Yeah. I got nothing.
Yeah, we are in a hut this time. There are lots of like herbs and dried plants and stuff hanging from the ceiling, as well as like dead chickens and small animals that are like hanging. Some of them kind of like dripping blood, like recently killed. Um, there is a table, several arcane implements, a magical circle drawn on the floor, um, and a long wooden table with 9 chairs at it. Sitting at this table are 7 versions of Rosemary. Just kind of like on either side. And we see a short, green-skinned old woman, maybe standing about 4.5 feet tall, moving to get into like a chair at the head of this table. She kind of like climbs in. She's got this like big gray hair, and she has like kind of, I think she's wearing like all leather, kind of simple leather clothing, with lots of like jewelry, knickknacks kind of like hanging off, and she is carrying a doll in one of her hands as she like gets up into the chair, and she smiles at the 7 versions of of the 7 versions of these 7 sisters that all look like Rosemary. And there's a plate in the center of the table, empty currently. And she says, all right. Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta get the mother voice again.
My favorite part of every stream.
Yes.
All right, dearies. Mother's here. You've been so good. I know you've been waiting for hours. But are you hungry? She looks around, some of them nodding. What's Rosemary doing?
I mean, this is just normal dinner. Just
Mhm.
smiling, nodding. Yes, mother. Like, this probably pretty early in.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah,
hasn't picked up the accent yet. Just yes, mother. Happy.
She says, you've been eating well, but this next part, well, Mother, you're gonna be doing a job for Mother. You're gonna be Mother's little minders going around and making sure that everybody does what they need to do, so Mother can make sure people are fed, the crops are growing, and people can be happy. They don't have to worry about things. We like people to be happy, don't we?
Yes, mother. Just a chorus.
She kind of like reaches behind her, like pulling from this satchel that she has on her back, and she pulls out an arm, like a very human arm that has like been recently cut. There's like blood dripping from the like shoulder of it, and she hands it to the closest daughter on her left. She says, "Take a bite, pass it down." And you see each of the girls like biting into this like ravenously. They haven't eaten a very long time, all of them very hungry, as the arm gets passed down the table, blood like dripping and dribbling down their chins as they eat. And she says, now after we eat, I'm gonna have each of you pluck out your favorite eye and give it to Mother.
Yes,
So,
mother.
so after you take your bites, just plug it in and go ahead and put it on that plate there in the middle. And we see as it goes down the line. Rosemary, I'm going to say for narrative, nobody can really tell which one of these is Rosemary easily, I think. But for the sake of your visual, I think you're like third down in the line of this lineup of sisters. So you see a couple of sisters, and you know all of their names at this stage. It's Basil sitting beside you that chomps into the like elbow of the arm a little bit, slurping loudly, wipes her mouth, and then hands you the arm.
I mean, gotta go for the finger food, right?
And I knew it. Just
I'm sorry.
just nibble on those fingies.
Yay.
I create these scenes. I set them up.
That's
But anyway.
You've given Sam so much power.
I'm sorry.
And as you are like chewing on the fingers of this hand, we see like Basil kind of like there's like this side view of you eating, and so we can kind of like see Basil behind you, like just reach up into her left eye because every daughter's favorite eye is their left eye.
It's the best eye.
She just like reaches up, sticks her finger into her eye, and like grunts a little as she like rips it. Like we see her pull it out, and there's like a little stretch of tendon that ties it that gives like a snap, a pop before it breaks loose. And she sets it on the table, blood kind of like beginning to pour down the eye socket as she does so.
Yeah, I'll finish my food and pass it to my sister because she's hungry.
Mm-hmm. Garlic takes it from you.
Of course, it's fucking garlic. I am curious though. You said there were only 7 of us, but there should be 8 at the table. So I guess as she's reaching up to scoop behind her eye, pluck it out, she is looking, trying to figure out where that missing sister might be and which one it is.
Oh yeah, you might notice that Pepper's not here right now. You see, something... Pepper was bad. She made Mother upset. We don't like making Mother upset now, do we?
No, Mother, and just pops the eye out faster now.
That's my girls. That's my girls. And we, I think we kind of like zoom. It was like as you pop the eye out. I almost want it to be like from. I'm very cinematic right now, I guess. From Rosemary's like point of view of things, so we just see like the fingers going up, and then as you pop the eye out, there's like a moment of blackness, which fades into our present here in Darkon.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna say you're gonna shaky cam into the eye
That's what
as
I
it gets
thought too,
placed
yeah.
onto a tray, and there's 4 other eyes just sitting
That's actually
there, like,
much
blazing.
better. Yeah, so as it like plops onto
Jesus
the table, zoom back into that eye, zooming back out here on Rosemary.
Ugh. The things you do for a mother's love, right?
True.
Yeah, that's normal. It's a totally normal thing to do to get your mother to love you and be a good daughter.
You know, I've seen worse.
Anybody would do it. I mean,
Yeah.
let's be realistic.
I mean, if you love your mother, it's not a decision.
What are all the names? So rosemary, basil, pepper, garlic, mint?
Hold on, I wrote them down. Mint was thyme. No, mint was not one. Pepper, oleander, basil, garlic, paprika, saffron, thyme.
Oleander, paprika, and saffron.
Oleander is such a good name.
Pretty sure we killed her.
I thought we killed
I
garlic.
don't remember.
We did kill garlic.
We killed garlic and
Oleander was
pepper.
in the Session Zero backstory, I believe, was her.
Yeah, she got killed off screen.
Oh.
Well, no one
But-
who dies off screen is actually dead. Till proven
True.
otherwise.
Her body was sent back to Mother.
Yeah.
She's fine.
Was it not Pepper that we forgot and then
Pepper
remembered?
was forgotten and then remembered.
Mm-hmm.
And I had, gosh, another sister I had sent off still alive. She went willing. I don't remember which.
Either way, as we make our way towards the mountains, I think we kind of like come back and we are standing at the mouth of an enormous cavern. The shadows of the cavern make it like so dark that you can't really see very deep into it, especially as your eyes are adjusted for the um, diffuse daylight of Darkon. Dirk turns to each of you and says, "All right, are we ready?"
Yeah.
Hmm.
I guess so.
Sure.
And, we march into the shadows of Umbraverna.
All right, great session, guys.
We really did it.
So, as you enter, you hear a sound of. Really, it's the sound of that you would relate to like village life. You hear hammers, walking, voices talking, and as you kind of come through the cave, you see like a shaft of light around the corner, which takes you um, into a sort of the cavern opens up almost like inside the mountains. You can like see several cave um, pathways leading deeper into the mountains themselves. But as you kind of come, there's like this little there's a word for it, but I cannot remember the word currently. But it's basically like a hollow in the mountain where you see these homes that are built in up into the side of the mountain, kind of, or the fuck. I'm struggling to describe this. So you step out into light. It's almost like a tree house built onto the side of the mountain cliff here, where there's like lots of ladders and steps leading up, made of like dried wood. You see several of these purplish kobolds that all look very similar to Dirk, running around, living their life really. You see some of them kind of like carrying food, some of them carrying babies, some of them kind of like working on building a new structure. Dirk like waves to a couple as they like run by, but you do notice that none of them have shadows as you walk through here. That's not the right song for this.
You have a lot of siblings, Dirk.
I mean, they're not all my siblings, all right? That's my grandpa, that's my uncle, that's like my third niece.
Oh, what are their names? Thought I started doing that accent.
Well, that's kind of personal, actually.
Oh, sorry.
But I guess I could tell you. That's Burke, that's Cirque, that's Jerk.
I knew the first one was
I
going to be
feel-
named Burke. I knew it.
That's Melissa, and then, of course, there's Verk.
Huh. I see a pattern.
As you enter deeper into the, he like wait, he's kind of actually stops here and like looks a couple different ways. And he's like, do you want to go to the pay your respects to the cradle first? First, go see Ebb or.
Oh, would it be really rude if I saw my sister first?
Oh, well, she's probably with Ebb.
Oh, well, perfect.
probably see the matron of the house first, and then see from there.
We wouldn't want her to think that we're cradle robbers.
Ha 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 ha. Ha ha.
Mhm, mhm. Uh, I don't get it, but yeah, follow me this way. And he kind of like leads you through another path. You see a couple of like kobold guards at this cavern who like stare at you as you walk by. Um, says, don't mind them. They take their job very seriously. We don't get many guests here.
What? Really? This place is so lively and fun. You don't have plenty of people making their way deep into a hellish salt swamp to sample the favors of your little mountain society.
No, it's weird.
Yeah, this is what I was getting at. It is makes sense.
It is kind of nice down here. It's very. How do you guys like this place?
I mean, like, I like it just fine. It's the only place I've ever lived.
Makes sense.
My people have been here for generations.
I get the feeling that that's not that many generations.
Like 50 years. Kobold.
All
Yeah,
right. So are the two
fair
things
enough.
to do here? Go talk to Ebb and go talk to Basil.
And check out
Also,
the
should we
cradle
call
once
it Ebb?
we've,
Is there something more appropriate to call the night one?
Oh, damn, I had all the titles on the previous page. I just realized. Where did it?
the mistress of the night.
The mistress.
Elvira?
Elvira.
Oh, I mean, you can call her, yeah, Ebb, the Night Worm, Mistress of Shadows, all-powerful, ancient being of draconic nature.
That's a good one. I like that one. I think that one's gonna stick. Let's go see the all-powerful being of draconic nature.
I'm assuming that's where Basil is, right?
Yeah. She's chained up down there.
She's what?
This
Oh,
way.
why is she chained up? You know, that doesn't sound like a guest situation. Well, you know what? No. I shouldn't judge until I've heard her side of things.
I mean, I think she wanted to be down there.
By the way, Miss Wardens, I feel like you know where I stand with my shadow. Just FYI.
Oh, sure.
Well,
Yeah.
you could just give your eye.
No.
Apparently Basil did that.
Well, sounds like. Well, wait. You didn't tell us. Oh, well. Okay. Well,
I didn't
Did
tell you guys
he do the same thing as
about
you?
the memory.
no. But you did just tell us that.
That Mother replaced our eye and gave us a special one.
Did she do that too?
Well, yeah, all of us got this special eye. Actually, did Pepper not get the special eye?
Pepper did eventually get the special eye.
Okay.
Well, it just sounds like she gave up her eye twice, or didn't give up her, or only gave up her eye once and gave up a fake eye next time.
No, it's the same eye.
Owen
Still.
stands in front of Rosemary, looks dead in Rosemary's eyes, and like studies the two of them against each other.
Give me a perception check.
Oh man, should I use my inspiration? I think it's funny if I do.
I think it's hilarious if you do.
I'm doing it.
Oh no.
That's
Might
20
fight a
here.
giant dragon.
See, give me 2 ones.
Oh my god. Oh my god, you didn't even need it.
I didn't need it, but it was worth it.
It stopped on the. It dropped on the 22.
I know, it just landed right on it.
It said, you
Wow.
need this.
This is for you.
Olin,
Yeah.
you kneel down, peer into this eye. At first, there's not really much you notice different about them. The Rosemary looks, they're both. Actually, what color are Rosemary's eyes?
Green.
They're both like the same green iris.
Cat's
They-
eye type iris.
Like every normal human woman has.
You
Yes.
have cat's
This
eye
has been
irises?
brought
Did I know
This has
this?
been brought up multiple times.
I feel like
Multiple
I feel like I should have made a bigger stink about that. What the fuck?
I have like
Yeah,
a
I just-
Mandela effect about this.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all.
Multiple times.
The most normal girl ever. Most normal appearance, except for.
Except for her irises or her pupils are a little weird. It's fine. Some people have weird pupils. Don't body shame.
You notice the cat's eye pupil as you're like looking into this like left eye, like examining it. You feel yourself almost like falling into it a little bit. You don't actually physically move, but you have this like sense of
Like a vertigo type thing.
yeah, exactly, like a vertigo. And you get the sense that you are actively being watched by something behind this eye. I don't think you can see an obvious distinction between the two eyes in appearance, but there's definitely like a magical energy that radiates from this left eye that is not there in the right eye.
Okay. Can I like lean into that vertigo feeling? See if I can get anything more from it.
Yeah, is there anything in particular that Olin is trying to like perceive or
I guess like what do I have the knowledge, I guess, to know that if something is looking through that eye, to see me through Rosemary's eyes, is it probably Mother, or is there something else? Like what power, like what is really looking at me, I guess, is sort of the...
yeah, I think with that nat 20 there's like this innate knowledge that it's definitely Mother looking through this eye right now at this moment.
Owen gives the eye a little, and looks at Rosemary and says,
She thinks the wave is to her.
"Your eyes are very lovely. I can see why your mother would want to give yours back. I can see why she would want it, I guess, if she wanted it. But I can see why she'd give it back. It's so lovely." Looks over his shoulder, or looks over their shoulder at Buster. What the fuck is that, dude? Something is not right in that eyeball.
Oh, well, thank you, I think.
Stands up, pats Rosemary on the head, turns around, and starts walking.
Yeah.
I'll have to ask him about this later.
So, As you
Olin
would.
probably looks at Tobias and Buster and is like, but however each of you want to interact with that, you can.
I look at Buster and Olin and I point at my left eye and then I tug my ear to see if y'all understand what that means.
Huh?
Rhymes with I.
Or we
Sounds,
could do a rhyme.
Pie.
We could do a rhyme.
sounds like I. Sounds like I.
Is it pie?
It rhymes with fear.
Oh. Here.
Dear.
There's pie here?
I wonder.
There's
Here?
pie here. Eb has pie and we have to go get it right now.
Dear.
Oh, you guys know about the pies?
I don't know. Apparently, they did he did rhymes with I, and pie rhymes with I. So
Is it by the cradle?
The pie?
Yeah.
why would the pie be near the cradle?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like you just keep all the important things in one place.
Pie is pretty important.
No, the pie's probably in the kitchen right now. We're not savages.
Is the kitchen by the
You do
cradle?
have dental, that's right. Well, let's go talk to Ebb and see what we're getting into. Duck, can we have a moment, please, before we go see Ebb? Is there like a holding room?
Oh, I mean, there's this big long cavern we have to walk down. You can just stand here if you want to talk. Yeah,
Are you gonna be-
take a moment. Yeah.
Are you going to be here?
Oh, you want me to go?
That would be
It's
polite.
a little rude. I mean, this is kind of his house, but
I'm asking. I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, I'll walk over here. And
Thanks.
he just kind of like walks ahead like 60 feet.
All right, quietly, I'm going to go. What do we really want here? Because I'm not giving that up, and there's not a lot of stuff that I want to give up at the moment.
well, you know, Odessa said that we should tell Eb about her worm or
Alright.
her egg,
Yeah.
and I need to talk to my sister and potentially get her home. Yeah, get her home.
I get the feeling that perhaps
Yeah.
it would be best if I didn't have any episodes that might summon the antithesis of the Mistress of Shadow. So perhaps I will lay low during this encounter.
I have no real attachment to my shadow. This is my 4th or 5th shadow. I've lost it in various bets and various tricks many times. They are a dime a dozen. Yeah.
Is it your real shadow?
It is really attached to my body. If you like look hard enough, like the ears are a little fucked up and like point different ways, or like the hands have a couple more fingers than they should, or something. Like it's so minuscule, but like it's the same fucking shadow.
Just a shadow of a human hand on Buster's rabbit.
Yeah, it's just a little weird, but it's like
Little bits and
trying to
pieces.
be
Add for
close
shadow.
enough. Yeah, sure. But it
Well,
for all intents and purposes, it doesn't move like yours. It's just fake garbage.
well, I might be on the side of Olin here, and I might not perk up much. But I don't think I can hide in there either, so.
I am not fully convinced that we need to sell ourselves into servitude. We have escape plan if need be, and I procure like out of one sleeve the wand of teleportation. Like we can skedaddle if need be. And I purely do not believe that we need to give anything to her in fealty if not the need be, because we have information of where her egg is. This is become bearing good news, and also she has apparently in chains someone we would like to speak to, so this is details we will shake
We
up
don't
once we
know if
speak to her.
it's consensual or not yet.
I don't kink shame.
I do have to wonder how
You do
often
kink shame?
I do
I
kink
think-
shame. Me personally, Olin, I kink shame. I wonder how often do worms lay eggs? If she has another egg, if we want to believe it, in the cradle, how long has the other one been missing?
I don't know. This one has, as they said, the cradle, the shadows went to the cradle to feed the egg, for the egg. something like this. We do not know if this egg is fully normal. We'll see.
Well, something I know about magical shadows, they usually take something living and mess with it.
Huh.
Let's do our best not to get messed with.
Okay.
As long as we're on the same page, that's all I'm worried about.
All right. You guys had to catch up to Dirk?
Mhm.
Yeah. Hey, Dirk, how long's that egg been there?
Oh, the new egg?
Yeah,
New egg.
new egg.
I guess a few months.
Really recent.
Hmm.
How long have we been here?
Couple weeks.
Yeah, getting close to a month at
I'd
this
say it's
point.
close to a month, maybe about a month.
Yeah, 'cause each of your long rests are about a week, so it's been
Yeah.
probably about a month since you've been in DocCon.
Interesting.
Oh, no wonder Mother's getting antsy. Taking.
Hey, time waits for no man or mother.
Yeah, most of these adventures happen within a week, and the entire fucking place just goes to shit. Isn't it crazy?
Yeah, Dirk says, let's see. Yeah, maybe. I guess maybe it was about a month or two.
It was
I
not,
don't-
we're the egg. It's us.
I don't remember when he who shall not be named was, well, it doesn't matter.
Who is he? Who is he? What's his name?
Her
Eb's,
ex.
Eb's last mate.
Oh, sorry. I don't know.
He had to make the biggest sacrifice for the egg.
I'm not good with the social graces.
Oh, that's fine. I don't really know what those are.
How's I'm so curious. I have to know. How's the rest of the like NPC party?
Handling all this.
That's true. Are you bringing them all inside?
Maxie definitely is coming. There's no way we could stop her.
I
Well,
don't know.
I think Lucky would want to stay outside, and Armand might follow his path.
Yeah,
I don't feel like Lucky Trails is going to want to walk into a dragon's lair.
I don't think so. either.
So I think Lucky and Armand are hanging out, but Maxie is there. I think she's quietly listening, like trying to. I think if you look at her, you could see her like mind is working furiously as she's like picking up on all the things people are saying and trying to like connect them to things.
Yeah.
I cannot wait until having her along the entire time bites us in the ass.
She's
We
the
just
fucking
let it know.
Pepe Sylvia.
Yeah, 100%. She's the Kaiser Sose.
Mhm.
Who
She's
could've
the
done
one.
that?
She's gonna take over. That's her. And I'm her consort, baby. Let's go.
As you're kind of like going down, there's like a divergence in the path, and Dirk stops for a moment, points down this kind of side pathway, and says, "Oh, that's where the cradle is." And Buster, you can hear just faintly on the wind the sound of a distant heartbeat coming from down that pathway. Just like just distantly.
Oh. I keep that to my chest. Fuck. I didn't even mean that one.
Sorry.
That was such a good one. I wish I would have made that one on purpose. That's so funny. Fuck.
All right.
Come on, guys. Let's get to the heart of the matter here.
to really get our finger on the pulse.
Oh.
Yeah, let me freshen you up on the beat.
What mortals do you bring me, little one? Voice echoing as you enter a large cavern covered in magical darkness that is like hard to penetrate for most of it. But you hear this voice echoing off, kind of telling you that this cavern must be very large as it echoes.
Do I have a better time with the magical darkness? Seeing as how I have big, long vision.
Do you have something
I
like
don't think it's
either magical darkness?
I don't think it's specifically magical darkness, but it's got the deepest gloom. Eyes of night, I guess. It doesn't say anything about magical darkness specifically, but 300 feet. Like, if this is affected by it.
I am glad you used that ability because it reminded me of something. No, not in particularly. Like, even your like magical, like it's eerie because you are so used to being able to see through darkness very easily. But there's an obvious like very magical effect that is kind of blocking your vision versus just like natural darkness.
That sets Buster's hind on like high alert. Like, his fur poofs out a little bit because he's like, ugh. I don't like that. That's not normally how that's supposed to work.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if not really. Okay. Yeah. So you hear this voice. Dirk kind of like instantly like falls to the ground, like prostrating himself, and is like, "Oh, great Wyrm of the night, mistress of shadows, her umbral personage of greatest shadow, I bring you Mistwardens, and Basil's sister is part of them, is one of them. The one you were looking for, or she was looking for, but you said keep an eye out for."
Thank you.
And then he scurries away.
Nailed it. Get this guy a hammer.
And yeah, as he like leaves, you see like it's still like dark, but you can Buster and those of you who have like dark vision can kind of see this large, like enormous snout that is maybe like 12 feet wide, kind of poke from the shadows.
Big.
And breathe. Like you feel like all of your clothes kind of like blowing as it like takes a breath, sniffing you, and you feel chill air like blowing on you. And you then see like two purple orbs suddenly blink open, glowing, casting a dim light over like black scales around the eyes. You can only make out the snout and the eyes currently, but the eyes kind of like bore down onto you. "What brings you to my cavern, mortals?"
Oh, well, it's a bit of a two-parter. Hi, my name's Rosemary. It's great to meet you, your shadowiness. And I'm here because I need to talk to my sister Basil. Oh, and we ran into someone named Queen Odessa. And she had a message for you about your egg. Now, hold on. Let me consult my notes just a moment. Something about a planar gate planar lock.
We do know roughly where it is, and we are willing to tell you. If you find us to be coming in peace.
Suddenly the shadows fade a little, allowing you to make out a shadowy form of a massive, massive dragon. You're standing in a cavern that's about 100 feet high. This dragon is its body is about as tall as half of this cavern. It stands about 50 feet tall.
That's a big
It's like slides a claw. You can tell this dragon is ancient. Its scales are like some of them are kind of like gone completely white. Some of them are kind of like peeling and molting in weird ways. Um, it has like dozens and dozens of these like spike growths on its heads that are like overlapping. And it like brings one massive hand sliding up uh like beside the party, and this hand is like this claws, you can see they're like chipped, broken, but massive and dangerous as it slides them beside you, and you can hear the like claw on rock as it like chips of rock go flying as it slides the hand. And it says, "Oh, you come to bargain with the Nightworm, with lies and misdirection. My egg died in Azalin's flames."
Well, no, because she said that there was a hold on, a planar lock to protect it.
It was in a vault. It's fine. It's floating.
You know, we
It
were planning
lives.
on going over to the castle. Do you want us to grab it for you?
If what you say is true, then perhaps there is hope. But hope is a fragile flame against the darkness. You will need more than that.
Your
You come-
Eminence. Sorry.
No. She
Good
like
shadow.
begins to rumble, but if you'll speak, you can speak first.
Your Eminence, we are but four, I would say, medium-sized mortals in your gargantuan presence. We have some slight powers among us, but even the smartest of us would not be foolish enough to walk face first into a lair of yours with such power and magnitude and lie to you openly. We have nothing to gain from this. We are not here to pilfer trinkets. We are not here to bevy in small gains. We are here to speak to someone who we know is here under whichever pretenses she might be, and to tell you this information that we have happened upon, as we are not from Darkon proper. We have nothing to gain, we have nothing to lose, we are outside forces. In
Plus-
your many years, I assume you are wise enough to see that I speak true, and I have nothing to lose.
In addition to, I support everything that my friend is saying here. But as another creature, blessed or cursed by shadow, you and I both know that this mist is not good for us either. Nothing exists in mist. It is something and nothing at the same time. At least shadows are very clear. And we want to get rid of this nuisance that's in your dock on.
What nuisance do you speak?
I could think of two: the mist and death.
Go ahead and give me persuasion, Tobias, and you can have advantage from Buster's aid on that.
Were we trying to get rid of death? Oh,
Oh my god.
We are now.
okay, baby.
Oh, maybe.
Death is over. Death is over, party.
Death is canceled.
I
You what?
I am new death.
Hmm.
We get rid of all death. I am new death.
Oh, don't you know? I'm sorry. It's time for you to die.
I am so
You're gonna
sorry,
be
but
coming with me.
your time has come.
I've
Yeah,
got a
no, we
neat
don't do
river
the
for you to
bacon.
check out.
You could do lots of fishing.
Can you say Stygian?
Also, your camera's doing a heckin' weird thing.
What's
Yeah,
it doing?
it's making you look like you're in a period piece. You look like you're from a ghost stuck in a film right now.
Oh, hey, it
Interesting.
fixed.
Oh, it fixed itself.
Oh,
I don't see that on my preview. I just, full disclosure, I got a new computer, and I reinstalled this stuff, and I didn't restart my computer, so it might be
Gotcha.
fucky, but
uh,
it's fine.
yeah, it was definitely for sure on the stream.
There's like
It's fine.
a
Watch it later.
pause, and Ebb says, "Deception echoes in the shadows, but even darkness cannot hide the truth forever."
She's so fucking edgy. Love her.
God, it's like
Fine.
she got my journal from soft.
I will let you light your candle of hope. I care not whether death lives or dies. He is Azaelin's spawn and surely evil and thus worthy of death. But whether he lives or dies does not matter to me. The mists, however, do prove a different thing altogether. The Shroud threatens my legacy, that which I cannot let be threatened. And what would you, small creatures, souls stuffed into recycled corpses, and
That's Olin.
That's me.
And me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah, you have two of those.
I'm like, how the fuck do you know that?
Is that 3 of our party?
It could be 4 of our
Maybe.
party.
It could be 4.
It's
Technically,
No.
oh my god.
no. I'm
There's the
I'm just a
potential.
normal human,
Oh,
That-
stop it.
Normal, average human.
just built different.
A creature of
I was built different too. I was sewn up.
a creature of the magic of hags. But I do trust you, Shadow
Is that-
Touched.
Is that you, Buster?
Gotta be Buster, right?
I'd love to share this trust.
No, the
No,
hag,
the
the hag one.
hag
That's gotta
thing.
be you, right, Buster?
No. I'm not touched by hags. Like, I had like a fling with one of them for a couple 100 years, but like, touched.
Well, I'm not.
Well, I
I'm-
mean, if you have a fling, touching is sort of part of that.
I
I'm
don't want
the
to get into my love life right now. Come on,
I'm the
dude.
soul in a corpse. Definitely, that's me.
I'm a normal human, so she didn't even say anything about me.
Well, which one of
Please-
us is the hag one?
Here's a prophecy from
Use my
a
favorite. They really
shadow.
want
Here's a prophecy from a shadow
Wanna
worm.
say
Tag
it's
yourself
both
below.
Yeah, she'll turn to Tobias. She says, Shadowkin, I can tell you have shared loss like I have.
in the worst way possible.
Tell me, have you ever loved Shadowkin?
That's all that I used to do.
I see it in your eyes. like me, forced to kill the one you love most in order to do what you must.
So, you see right through me. Would you provide some aid as we provide it to you?
What aid do you seek of me? Travel to this Castle of Vernus.
Information, any trinkets that you deem necessary or useful, and also that creature that you have chained up. We could use that insight.
Is Basil in this room? Do we
You
see
don't
her?
you don't see Basil
Okay.
at this moment, but you say that, and I think you see like the purple orbs, the eyes like kind of dart as if like almost like turning her head behind her. She says, I see my minions waggle their tongues.
Well, it's very hard to find good help these days.
And in exchange, you will get this egg, I suppose, that supposedly lives in this vault on the castle.
In exchange, you will get the mists relieved from your throne, which is this entire land, and we will do what we can to retrieve your long lost egg.
I do trust the words you say, but you reek of Azalan. His touch lingers on you like a shadow.
Why do you think we have something against death?
What are you saying? That death or Azalan or one of his creatures has harmed you in some way?
Did enough to make it personal. I don't care much for good or evil. I've seen people go both ways in a heartbeat. What I do care about is me, myself, and those that are around me. And the more this world changes, the more I too want to thrust it into shadow.
And how do you pose to stop the mists? Your words are bold, brave even. But you speak in vagaries. I imagine you do not even know what it is you are set out to do.
Well, Rosemary, would you hold out your right arm?
It's on her left
I'm
hand.
sorry, could you hold out
She'll
your left
hold
arm?
her right arm out.
Is it right or left? Is your hammer arm?
Oh, left. She's
Could you hold out
right-handed,
your
but
left?
it's on her left.
Oh. Hold out your left hand. I'm going to point to Buster, who's wearing, I think, wearing the garments? Not wearing garments?
None
Okay,
of
I'm
us
going to point to my
attuned to
head.
the
None of
family
us. Nobody's
I
wearing.
have it in my bag.
And I'm going to point to these and I say, this is a start. We either use it or destroy it to get rid of them. And if that doesn't work, then your job of getting rid of me will already be done because I won't even be able to exist.
Give me one more persuasion check here for me, Tobias.
Okay.
This time without advantage.
Okay. Oh, I'm going to use my inspiration and reroll that.
Okay. Your shadow begins twisting.
14.
Perhaps it is a fool's errand you seek to complete. But I shall entertain this idea. I no longer need the egg in the castle. I have learned the arts from the witches of the springs on how to create life from death. So I've created a new egg, a new legacy. But if there is a chance you can stop the shrouds, I will aid you.
I know.
What was that?
I know.
So, you don't want your egg back?
If you can retrieve it, I shall take it and reward you. I will not hold the candle of hope up and hope that the egg still exists.
Well,
Tessa is a manipulator. She's a Zalen's matriarch. She is of his kind.
and I'm of yours. And neither of us hold up candles to anything.
What information do you seek?
There's a fourth one of these. I've got an idea where it is, but I thought that you might know. The inheritance of Rex.
You just mentioned the witches of the springs. It might pertain to them. We've heard of tale of inheritance springing up in Nevershire Springs. What can you tell us about this place? These witches you've mentioned.
Please. Okay. Yes. The springs are a place of magic, a place of healing, the witches would tell you. They are led by one Cardina Artazaz.
I'm gonna need a spelling on that one.
I can't. This fantasy ass name.
Wait, Artazaz? We had that name. That is. She's. Give me a minute. I.
Say the last name's familiar. The first name is.
Yeah, Cardina. Yeah. Mystic that supposedly lived multiple times, might be worth meeting. She's up in Nevershire Springs.
She's the mystic.
Yes, the lead
This is-
mystic.
This is when we were saying Rosemary had to pretend to be the Baron for the party.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
That was a long while ago.
Mm-hmm. Cardina believes using the inheritance, she has brought back Darkalus Rex, the king who ruled before, the king who may come again.
Interesting.
And I can post that name. I think y'all guys have heard of Darkalis Rex. but-
Yes.
'Cause he
Yeah.
was the one in the tomb, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Pepper's body is in his sarcophagus. We threw his bones out per body.
Yeah. That's right.
Starting a long chain reaction of Cardin to getting his bones.
Oh no.
And the last
No, never mind. No shot.
was to give more information, or did I answer the question?
I think she'll stop there unless you ask her follow-up questions.
Can I
Or-
talk to my sister?
I will allow it. You may take rest, refuge here in Umbraverna.
Thank
Cool.
you.
And I will allow you access to Basil. I only ask that the three of you offer sacrifices to the cradle. And you could tell Tobias that she is not including you in that.
Olin
Def-
starts digging through their bag.
Define the sacrifice.
It's time to start knitting or crocheting the most elaborate scarf.
I have a swear jar.
I can make a big soup for your egg.
Pour a big soup in the cradle.
Nice and warm for your egg.
Um, Soup does sound good right now, but unfortunately, that is not enough.
Well,
Come on.
just wait till
It's
you
my
try.
thing.
Wait till you try this soup.
I mean, would you like a nice dark scarf?
Have you ever had borscht?
I could crochet a scarf big enough for you.
Scarf is not a sacrifice; it is a trinket.
Okay, that feels a little rude. You're not considering the amount of time, the amount of resources.
It'd have to be a pretty big scarf, honestly, for a dragon your size.
You know, let's not look down on people that make things by hand, all right?
I think she kind of like leans towards you, Rosemary, and she says, "Oh, is it your hands that make them?"
Well,
Oh no.
Yeah.
Those were the hands you were born with as a babe.
I mean, they're the hands I've had my whole life.
A magical creation. A life of brevity.
She just looks confused.
Can you tell how old we all are just by looking at us?
I smell.
I might
Don't-
say they might have a better idea of what to sacrifice for you after meeting Basil. You might get something similar.
That is fine. A blood sacrifice is welcome. Though legacy is not written in blood alone, it is also etched in the shadows that linger.
If y'all want to go
Uh,
ahead, I'll go. I would love to talk to Eb for another moment.
I think she shifts her weight, kind of like sliding, almost like a cat, like that rolls over to the side a little bit, like onto her side, and you see some of the shadows almost seem to part, creating like a path of dim light instead of darkness, that leads towards the back of the cavern, and you can kind of see distantly, maybe about 60, 70 feet back, there is a figure kind of like sitting, head down, knees up. And I think you can also see like the glint of what looks like treasure and coins behind that.
Treasure and coins.
Person.
Treasure and coins.
Looks like Eb considers your sister a treasure.
What's Maxie looking like,
Well,
by
yeah,
the way?
she's pretty great.
Especially after seeing especially after seeing the treasure and coin.
Oh yeah, and she did say the three of you instead of like all of you.
Or maybe Maxie didn't come in. I don't know.
Maxie might still be waiting in the hallway.
Max is over in the front with Dirk.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Maxie's
Okay.
like further back with Dirk.
Too late. Cool.
We'll set that up as the canon.
I just imagine the two of them talking shit.
Yeah, she'll say, "Go. Have your first words with your sister after so long."
Oh, thanks so much. You're real nice.
Olin, Buster, do you follow Rosemary or do you hang back with Tobias?
I'll get Rosemary. You watch Tobias. Both of these. I want to be in both places because.
I know. Would that we could split ourselves.
Well, you technically can, but like differently.
Not consciously.
Yeah, it's different. Okay,
I'll-
well,
I'll
but
hang back. Go, go, go.
Nightworm. Do you want to go? Do you want to go to that or? Okay. Nightworm. I must ask. What do you want to do after all this is done? This mist is lifted. You just want to stay here in Umbraverna? Or do you want? Would you like something more expansive?
I've lived for hundreds of years. The only thing I seek now is to ensure that my line lives on. That some piece of Ebb the Nightworm continues to survive long past my death, long past the time my bones rot into the ground and my shadow fades.
And so, what do you instill in this next generation?
How do you mean?
I'm sorry?
What do I instill?
What do you give? What do you make them want?
I care not for their wants, only my own.
Very well. Let's see what we can do for you. I'll go ahead and start walking towards.
Wait,
Yes, Nightworm.
child of shadow. I would
You
have
just sneak
you.
through me that easy? Do you know what resides inside of me?
Yes.
Something not quite as expansive, but something that gnaws at me daily. It reminds me of the futility of everything. That there's no darkness without light. And there's no light without darkness.
You will always suffer as long as you seek to imprison the shadow inside of you. Shadows cannot be imprisoned forever.
I make the shadow wave.
She says, a peace. But continue being the prison for now. But make me a pact, Shadowkin. Make me a pact and I shall honor you.
Honor me? How?
That you will do everything in your power to stop the mists from taking Darkon, or you will take my egg from these lands. The one you get in Castle of Ernest.
And what do I get if I do this for you?
I shall honor you with a weapon.
Yeah, I think I can do that.
Damn. Hook, line, and
He's so
sinker.
easy.
Holy
Listen.
shit.
A weapon
Olin thinks about being like, but just hangs back, just like, oh, whatever, man.
I'm very happy to see your kin survive.
Then you shall carry my wrath with you.
Very well.
And you see her reach up and like tear at scales like that are up near her shoulder. She like rips them away, and you see her like very gently pull a blade that was stuck inside of her
Damn.
from her like shoulder, and she like drops the blade down in front of you, clattering on the stone, like kind of echoing throughout the room. Yeah, and you see a short sword that is made of like I think it's hard to make out here in the dim light, but it appears almost entirely black here.
I'm going to have my mage hand pick it up and bring it to me. My
Yeah.
mage hand is also invisible.
And yeah, you can feel the magic humming through this weapon. Powerful magic. And oh fuck. I think she'll say, take it, and remember the oath you have sworn me. The oath this blade represents. For the words I have spoken, as the cost of this blade will be remembered by it.
Understood.
And should you break your oath, this blade shall turn upon you.
If I break my oath, this sword can have my heart.
She seems satisfied with that. Also, I ask that you get your friend to make that soup. I have not had soup in so long.
Yeah, do you like any flavors, particularly? Maybe basil? Not that basil, the other basil.
Stop. Rosemary is obviously superior in soup.
I'm a big time guy.
Salt and pepper, very obvious, but I'm just curious. Just we'll talk about it soon. I'll go get them today.
Her full name was Lemon Pepper, thank you.
Mhm.
Lemon pepper and rock salt.
I turn to Olin and I say, well, that was easy for something that was already on the docket, wasn't it?
You never fail to strike up a good deal, my friend.
Life's too short. Let's just go do what we want.
Mistress of the Shadows, you can see within Tobias to see his true nature. What can you see within me?
Tobias is a creature of shadow. He is an echo of my very soul in some ways. He is easy to see. You are harder. What is inside you is the opposite of shadow. Too bright to see clearly. I can smell Haslin's magic on you, though. And Azaelin's. Whatever they have done to you, you are a walking tragedy.
Damn.
Bars.
I am well aware.
Damn.
I'm looking over to Olin. You're my walking tragedy. Don't take what she has to say personally.
Hey, chin up, champ.
Can you tell where my soul came from? Before Haslin, before Azaelin? Perhaps there's no answer, but I feel if there's anyone who might have insight, perhaps the all-powerful Mistress of Shadows.
The walking doll seeks answers for its past. Your soul is piecemeal. I can smell it, one of Azaelin's clones, offspring, but also something much more innocent and something greater than both pieces. I smell Darkon. I smell echoes of Haslin's magic and something. Oh no, I was gonna say a word that I always forget how it's actually pronounced. Something anathema to the dark powers.
Anathema.
Nailed it.
Yeah, that's
Some people say anathema, and that's not correct.
Yeah, that's what it's like.
anathema.
I
Anathema
get-
does sound like a cute name.
Anathema, theme
Ana-
being, yeah, but it's anathema.
Got a new
Yeah.
D&D character name, Anathema.
I know. This is
Anathema.
my next character's name, Anathema.
I think Olin just sighs and says, "Well, it's good to know I'm not just me." I think that would be the worst thing of all.
To be oneself.
To be oneself and not remember that self at all.
You are something new. I imagine one of Azaelin's clones trying to escape the horrors of the things it's done, hoping to start anew, perhaps. Who can know the mind of such an evil creature? Do you know which clone's soul resides in you?
Do I? I guess. I mean, I
Death
don't know if I know.
hinted that.
Sort of, right?
Death hinted that Theron's soul himself was like
Yeah,
part of what made you up.
that's what I thought. Yeah. So, kind of. Although, perhaps I've not been given the information by the most gracious host. But I don't think Olin refuses to disclose. I think it probably is. They probably are happy to get some information.
Do you actually say Theron's name?
Sure. Why not?
I think
son
she
of a
kind of,
bitch.
like, her head kind of, like, moves back a little bit. She says, as evil as Azalin ever was. Walk carefully, Olin. If his hand was part of your crafting, I cannot imagine he would want to save Darkon at all.
I'll keep it in mind. Thank you. And then Tobias says, shall we join the others? See our family reunion.
After you.
Alright, we'll cut the others. You guys will have a couple of minutes with Basil before these guys catch up to you. Yeah, so as you approach, you can see like this massive pile of treasure that kind of like disappears into the darkness, like piles of coins, silver, platinum, electrum, copper even. Several like chests, random like swords, goblets, helmets, just kind of like lingering on all of these piles. And maybe about 20 feet in front of like where this pile starts, there is a number of chains kind of like connected to these large stalagmites poking up from the ground. One of Only one of them has any like buddy chain to it. You can see the figure that's like hunched down. The rest of them look like they are like manacles that are like empty. Maybe once had somebody or made to imprison people, but currently empty, save for this one. And as your footprints approach, the figure lifts ahead, and you see a long, long red hair, like flow down, fall down, and a face peeks up to look at you as you approach. The face that looks just like that of Rosemary's, save for an eye patch over the left eye. And as you kind of like get close enough that she can make you out from the shadows, and she like realizes it's Rosemary, she kind of, you hear the chains dangling, and she like stands up, and she like breaks out into like a big grin, like beaming.
Rosemary, hands on hips, just... Really? Now why are you chained up? I thought you were friends. This isn't how you let friends treat you. And what happened to your eye? That was a gift.
I re-gifted it.
Re-gifting, oh my goodness.
It's so good to see you. Rosemary, right?
Yes, of course, Rosemary. And I'll rush over and hug her.
Yeah, she like embraces you in a hug that, like, as far as the chains will let her, she kind of like runs towards you, and then yeah, she like squeezes you tightly, and she whispers in your ear briefly, just saying, "Mother's watching. I have to be careful." And she steps back, and she says, "Yeah, I'm sure the eye patch isn't pretty. Do you want to try it on?"
Oh gosh, you want to match? That's so cute. Okay, hold on. I probably have something so we can match. Just not even picking up on what is happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna grab a spare bit of cloth and tie her on. And now we match.
This is so exciting.
You look beautiful.
Oh
If I may
gosh, well
say
you
so.
do too. So.
Oh, stop. And like when you put that on, you can see her like visibly relax a little when you put that on. And she says, "You found Pepper, right?"
Yeah. Something got her. It ate her brain out. Sorry, I just saw the reaction to that.
I know that's what happened, but it's just like, what a way to say
Crazy.
it, man. It just ate her brain out.
Gosh. Yeah, she's in some old king's sarcophagus. It's a sarcophagus, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, I threw his bones out and put her in.
Hmm. I think
Mother wants me to send her back. So I gotta find a way through the mist.
Don't worry about that. We don't need Pepper's body for the. Well, you got the plans, right?
Oh, the note from Pepper?
Yeah.
Yeah, she said stay spicy and I'll pull it out. I've been working at it, but I'm not good with this sort of thing.
You've been working on it?
Yeah? Oh, was I not supposed to? Was this supposed to be saved for when we're all together? Oh no, oh
No,
beans.
that's amazing. I wasn't even sure Pepper finished the schematics.
Oh yeah, she left them. I found them on her dead body. It was a real traumatic experience. I saw her ghost a few times.
Her ghost?
Yeah, which is weird because it's not like the other ghosts. And then there was a fairy. That was a creepy one. Huh.
Yeah, I don't think the fairies are ghosts, but I haven't quite figured out what those are yet.
I mean, Mother said they're ghosts. And I mean, why else would they be screaming at us, right?
Rosemary, do you remember anything from before Mother?
Before Mother.
Perhaps a strange memory that feels almost like a dream.
Yeah, this death guy. Well, and then there was another time, but he showed me a weird thing. I thought it was maybe something that one you did. Forest. And
A
some
woman
guy
in-
that was sad.
An elf, right?
Oh yeah, the blonde the blonde elf, I don't know their name. I never remembered their name.
Nameless.
It is just nameless. Oh man, I felt rude this whole time.
I don't remember much, but I remember
Yeah, that's all I
Nameless.
remember. I thought that was a dream or like a memory from one of one of our sisters, maybe something they had experienced after leaving Mother.
I think it's an echo. But we need the cognitive crystal. Rosemary,
I don't get it.
Rose, I can tell. I think Mother's lied to us.
I mean, okay, so once with the Pepper thing, but I think that was probably just to spare my feelings because I was real upset at that moment.
No, I think Mother's lied to us about everything. About who we are, where we came from.
I mean, we're her daughters. What else would we be?
Yeah. And you see her kind of like her shoulders slump a little bit as you say that. She's like, yeah, of course.
I don't. None of this makes sense. She just yelled at me the other day and said I disappointed her. That was rough.
I'm sorry, Rose.
Yeah.
You were always her favorite in a lot of ways.
Well, yeah, I'm the only one that stuck around or remembers to call.
I think it's the dreams. I don't know why you haven't had them as much, but we've all had them.
Huh. Uh. Oh, Buster's here.
Oh, I've been sitting like in between them, like looking up the whole time.
He's-
What
Kingdom
if-
Hearts lore just got weird.
What if the fairies, the ghosts, the dragons, what if they weren't...
Dragons are the scariest ones.
They did scare me for a long time. What if they're not ghosts there to scare us, but they're looking for us, trying to find us?
Well, isn't that even scarier? Ghosts are trying to find us?
I think they're sent by somebody. The person, the man.
The sad guy? He was crying the last time I saw the thing I saw.
I suppose he is sad a lot of the time in the dreams, but I think he loves us.
Then why would he haunt us? That's just, that's weird boundary things.
I mean, you're right. I don't understand it all. Maybe it doesn't make sense. But
I had a weird dream, sort of a nightmare. We were in a forest? She's gonna try and be vague and hope Basil catches on it, because Buster's sitting right there and she's like, I don't know how to feel about this still.
Mm-hmm.
We were just standing there in a clearing, not doing nothing, and then Mother came and, fed us. That one familiar? Is that just a weird nightmare I had?
In a clearing. I think Basil takes a moment, like, thinking about it. You can tell, like, that at first doesn't, like, sound familiar to her. And then her eyes go wide, and then she throws up. She, like,
Yep.
hunches over and, like...
Yep, okay, so you've had that one too. Yeah, that's how I felt. I'll hold her hair.
I'll pull out a small handkerchief and some bread from my bag, and I'll like console her, rub the small of her back. It is okay, let it out.
I think that was real.
No, we wouldn't. No.
What do you mean we wouldn't? You remember
That was-
the Minder ceremony?
Well,
we ate people
no,
all the time, Rose.
Mother wouldn't make us do that. No.
Walking up. Hey, what are you guys talking about?
That was different. I don't know what that was, but I'm sure that's just our memories playing a trick on us. Just because why would we do that?
Make a persuasion check for me.
She's trying to persuade herself right now.
I think it's at disadvantage.
That's entirely fair.
Can we get 2 1s?
Double nat 1, here we go. Screams.
Oh.
Close.
Let me
Like,
help
there's
you
that
work on... Oh, go
edge
ahead.
of desperation as she's saying it, like, please, this can't be real.
I think Basil gets like a sad look on her face, and she says, "Let me help you finish the crystal for Pepper. I think it's supposed to link us in some way, help us remember."
Gosh. Oh man, what have I done? Because Mother wants me to send you home right away.
Tell her there's a problem. Tell her Eb's keeping me. And you see her voice is low, as if she's like worried that somebody will overhear.
This is technically true. I don't think you can send her because she is technically a prisoner, and I do not wish to have you invoke the wrath of a ancient worm by taking something that presumably belongs to her.
Okay, Mother is very much against stealing, so that should be fine. If I just explain to her. Yeah, I'll just explain to her.
And then we can work on the crystal.
For Pepper.
For Pepper.
Is it bad that I left her body? I keep feeling like this was a really bad thing that I did.
I mean, it sounds like you gave her a burial. I'm sure Mother doesn't love it, but you did right by your sister.
Gosh, it just feels like I'm doing a lot of bad things since I left home.
All of the brains?
Yeah, like the whole thing just scooped out. It was completely cleaned out. It was... Yeah, no.
Throws up
no.
again.
She's also like just holding hair like, yeah, no, I'm trying not to visualize again.
I think she takes a moment, looks up, and she's like, I think we're always gonna have doubts until we know the truth.
But what if the truth is bad?
Then we'll face
What-
it together.
What if we're happier not knowing?
Then
Are
you
you
were never
happy?
really happy. You can lie to yourself all day. You can lie to yourself for your entire life. I have effectively made career of doing it. To lie to yourself and then to know that you're lying to yourself will kill you. Not with like a sword or an axe or something. It will eat you from the inside. Especially if you know that you are putting your head in the sand and you are forgetting even possibility of there being truth. It may hurt. It will probably hurt. But this is cliche even for me, but the truth sets you free. This is why when we walked in here, when talking to Wyrm, very simple, very beginning, tell the truth. This is what I do. I Rosemary, can you think of one lie that I have ever told you?
The ghosts can't hurt you.
Have the ghosts ever hurt you?
They
Have I
hurt
ever
my
allowed
head.
have I ever allowed them to hurt you?
Well, just because you haven't allowed it to happen doesn't mean it can't happen.
Yeah, if the ghosts come while I'm not there, maybe it could potentially. I am not divine. I do not know everything, but not while I'm around.
Yeah, she just sort of deflates.
Who's your
Tries to.
bunny friend?
Oh my gosh, I am the rudest person in, all of the realms. Okay, so this is Buster. I've got two more friends over there. There's Tobias. He's kind of weird. He's got a shadow thing going on.
Yeah, they're walking up, so.
And the other one, they are Olin. They're also kind of weird, but birds of a feather and all that.
Hello. You must be
Hi.
Basil.
I am.
We've heard so much.
Oh, good things, I hope.
All good. I don't think I've ever
Yes.
heard Rosemary ever say a bad thing.
I did say the Baron was a really nasty lady.
Yeah, she
Felt
has her
really
own
bad
swear
about
jar.
that.
Rosemary said a couple things that she's had to put gold in the swear jar for.
Don't tell Mother.
Although, I mean, Rosemary's only had good things to say about you all the times that she's talked to you on the way here.
Well,
Where's your earring?
oh, I got rid of that a long time ago.
How are we talking to each other? I thought it was a direct link.
The earring's still connected to us, but as long as I don't have it, Mother can't reach out to me directly.
Huh.
So you're linked over space and time without a magical item?
Well, Rosemary's got the earring.
Right.
That links us.
What happens if you both think really hard about trying to talk to each other without using the earring?
She just doesn't touch the earring, doesn't activate it, just...
Mm, give me a wisdom save.
Oh no! Is this also a disadvantage?
No.
Oh, good.
I pressed the DM's favor. This is too much for John. Oh, it's pretty good.
Good. I think I think she copies you. Like Basil like does the same thing. She's just thinking really hard. You guys just see like these two like identical twin-looking people like concentrating real hard at each other. And I think Rosemary, there's this moment where you kind of like open your eyes and you have like double vision, like you see yourself looking at yourself, just for a moment, and then it like breaks.
Oh, I didn't like that.
Oh, I think I'm gonna be sick again.
That was bad. I think I'm gonna be sick.
Oh.
Oh.
Both,
I
both
did
of
make
them
you
only
something.
seeing out of one eye. It's so
Yeah.
I did make you something while I waited. Fortunately, they have some materials around here, and she pulls out this little leather, like it's just very simple like leather bracelet with like beads on it. And it's just like multicolor beads.
Oh
It-
gosh, I gotta make you something now.
oh, don't worry about it. I'm always making these.
No, I'll cook for you.
Okay. I guess I've only had kobolds cooking for me for a while now, so.
Yeah, just like a good home meal. You know, like the salads that we eat.
Oh. Okay.
What is it? The look of horror coming from.
terrible.
That would be great. You always seem to make the wildest ingredients somehow taste good.
It's, you know, I'm just naturally talented with cooking.
Oh, I have extras, so here you guys go. And she like gives a little bracelet with beads to each of you.
Huh. Thank
I
you.
tie it on right away. I'm happy. My sister gave me a thing.
I pick it up and
Yeah, I'm gonna examine it for a minute and then pocket it.
Just seems like a trinket, similar in perhaps I think energy as like the scarves and stuff that Rosemary hands out.
Olin definitely puts it on.
Yeah, I'll put it on too.
Yeah. And I think she turns to you and says, "So you'll stay for a while?"
Oh yeah, Eb was saying though, you know, her night wormliness was saying that we had to sacrifice something in order to stay.
Oh. Yeah, you'll have to go to the
Why
cradle.
would you get rid of your eyeball? Regifting, that's so bad. Come on. And how are you seeing in the dark without it?
Well, I can't see very well.
Well, yeah, you got rid of the eye.
but I think it was the right call.
Does Eb know you regifted?
I don't think Eb cares.
Oh, that's just sad.
Besides, the gift's not really for Eb as much as it is for that thing she has cooking.
Oh, the new egg?
She's cooking the egg.
Yeah. The egg.
I don't like how you said.
What is it?
Something magical, I guess. Well, it started as the heart of her mate. That's how it started.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's something else. It definitely has something growing inside of it, but I wouldn't call it an egg.
You mean like when some animals will get worms in their hearts? Side of it.
I guess maybe maybe like that a little bit. But you know, if it was like magical worm,
Mm.
oh, worms inside of it. Is that a joke? Is that a pun?
Oh my gosh! It is now.
That's really good.
Gosh, I'm funny without even trying. Also, we're just standing next to a puddle of vomit. Just feel the need to point that out.
We're also standing by mountains of treasure. What do we see if we're just looking like cursory wise, like while listening to this cute conversation between two sisters that are back together again, and we just kind of like peek an eye every now and then, just kind of looking and pile of treasure. What would be seen potentially?
I mean, like I mentioned earlier, there's a shit ton of coins. There's like large chests thrown in the pile. All this is like at least like 20 feet away from y'all. There's like a little bit of distance. And I will say you're very far back, but Eb's tail is still like kind of coming past you, and like you're still kind of near Eb. She's just so massive. She takes up like a huge part of this cavern.
We
Uh,
could
but
take her.
but you see, I mean, you see all kinds of shit in this pile. I mean, there's, like I said, weapons, armor, helmets, scrolls, gold, lots and lots of things. It is a true dragon's hoard. Gems.
So close,
Magic.
yet so far.
And it's the hoard of an ancient dragon. So
Yeah, I know. I feel it. I feel it. I have ways to get stuff, but I don't know if I should.
if you would like to see if you can find something in particular amongst the pile, you can do that. Or if you spot, I imagine. It's not actually like going in and looking around.
No. If anything, I would ask Eb about her treasure pile. Be like, hey, is anything up for grabs? But no.
Do y'all want to head towards the cradle, and you can ask Eb on the way out?
Yeah.
Oh, do we have to do the sacrifice right now? I was gonna pull out my project and work with my sister.
Were we invited to stay for a whole week, or is
pull out
it?
the Tupperware.
Yeah, so just to be a little meta with it, you guys will have like the opportunity to spend some downtime here, but the sacrifice will have to come first.
Okay. It just depends on what the sacrifice is, what she's asking for, and what it means. I guess.
I have some questions about
Yeah.
Mechanically.
the parameters.
Do you have Rosemary? Do you have anything else you want to ask Basil right now before?
I guess, I mean, if she doesn't mind talking about it right now, I'd ask her about some of the dreams she's had, since she implied she's had more.
I think she'll say. I think she'll kind of wipe her mouth a little bit, and she says, "Let's talk about it later. I don't really think I can stomach throwing up again."
You know, fair enough. You know, maybe we just move you a little bit away from the puddle.
She'll walk away from it a bit. She's got like
just walk
she's
with
got like
her.
15 feet of like chain. She's
Do I
working
have
with.
prestidigitation? I do not.
I think she'll say, does the word dill pickle mean anything to you?
Oh my gosh, yeah, so the sad crying guy. Dill Pickle was set in the in that weird dream thing.
Feels important. We'll talk later.
You know, it makes me hungry.
Yeah.
I'll
mean,
think on it.
It doesn't make me hungry because, well, I've just been throwing up, but
Right.
yeah, I get that.
You know, I'll think on it. I'll see what pops into the old noodle.
Yeah, she'll reach out and like squeeze your hand a little bit before you walk out. Yeah, you ask Eb about her treasure, and she'll respond, "It is not for the likes of you.
Oh.
All this is mine."
Okay.
There was a less rude way to say that. That is Sam talking.
What are you willing to tell us why you have Basil locked up? What is it that she did that made her your prisoner? I also potentially would have asked that to Basil, but we have walked over to.
She is a rarity in Darkon. A traveler from another world. Connected. Connected to something interesting.
So you have kept her captive because of this interesting connection.
She has agreed to become part of my collection for a time.
Okay.
As part of our deal.
What do you mean? She's part of something or connected to something or stick?
She, like you, has the blood of a fey creature running in her veins, touched by fey magic.
I don't feel like that's correct, but you know, who am I to argue?
Buster's ears perk up. His head almost like pivots, twists, looking over at Rosemary.
Who looks entirely confused. You know, your shadowiness, you say some strange things.
Yes, it must seem strange to those with simple minds. Now go.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Just doesn't even acknowledge that she was insulted. Just okay.
All right. I'm gonna skip us ahead just a little bit to wrap us up soon here. Is there anything you want to do before you leave this chamber and Dirk leads you to the cradle? You will have opportunities to talk to Eb during the downtime and stuff like that if you kind of want to think on questions and come back. But if you have something like immediate you want to ask, feel free.
Is it more of a something to do with like asking her to figure out like what would you like in terms of a sacrifice? Or is that just like a mechanical question to ask you?
If you ask her what, like, I mean, she'll say, she mentioned
Blood and shadow?
blood and shadow. But if you kind of like dig, she'll say, the sacrifice is not for me. My child hungers. You will feel its hunger and know when you've made a proper sacrifice.
Hmm. Okay.
Minion, take these guests to the cradle. Let them pay their tithe to my legacy. Dirk comes like, I think he comes like crawling up. And then he kind of like stands and it's like, all right, follow me. And begins like
crawl.
walking out. Oh, I mean, you don't have to. It's just like, you know.
It's polite.
It's, yeah. It's part of those social graces I think you mentioned. I think it's the same thing.
Oh.
Are we supposed to take our shoes off?
What? Oh, I forget shoes are a thing. No, I mean, yeah, I think you can leave them on.
Okay.
The party crawls out of the room.
Yeah. Listen, Mother says no shoes in the house, okay? It's important to ask.
Yeah. So, Dirk leads you back down the hallway to where the path was that Buster you heard the heartbeat earlier. The corridor is not that long before it reaches. There's like another pair of kobold guards down this hallway that kind of watch you warily as you approach. But the cavern curves around and opens up into a small room, much smaller than like the chamber that Ebb is in. It's probably about like 20 feet by 30 feet. You see fleshy tendrils coming from the wall, all attached and seeming to hold steady this uh, egg like egg shaped structure in the middle. You can see this fleshy oval that's being held by all these like fleshy tendrils. This egg, I'm just gonna, as they call it, is, you see it's mostly shadow inside, but there is like this purple light that seems to thrum as this egg like beats like a heart. So all of you can hear this heartbeat sound as you kind of come closer. You see a a blood-soaked stone, like a little pedestal in front of the egg. Um, it seems like you get the sense that you are that's like where the sacrifices are made. And then you see these black vines kind of like growing around the edge of the room and kind of flowing up. Some of these fleshy tendrils are coming from the ground because this thing is just kind of hovering in the air. So some of these fleshy tendrils are coming like up from the ground, and these like uh, black vines are kind of growing up the fleshy tendrils that are on the ground level, kind of growing towards this egg sac in the middle of the room. And as you stare upon this strange magical creation, that's where we'll call it a night.
Huh.
Oh, that was quite the mental image. That we're good. We're good. Keeping
Heart
it
in a
down.
cage, heart and egg.
Heart-shaped box.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining
Egg-shaped
us.
heart.
Thank you for joining us, everybody, as our heroes met Ebb the Night Worm. Find out next time what kind of sacrifice our characters will make in payment to this strange egg. And what our heroes decide to do with their downtime here in Umbra Verna. Checks out next time to find out whether our heroes, survive, thrive, or take a dive down here. We'll see you next